Absolutely. There's a very, very strong connection between the following you have on social media and the money you make on OnlyFans. As someone who has also made millions on OnlyFans, that was only achievable once I was able to become this sort of influencer and put this type of image out there that, most people would want to follow me, right? So you really have to put this image out there. You really have to be on the ball all the time and, put such a facade out there, like the word you guys used. But in general, yeah, you need a lot of followers to generate that sort of income. And I think that's exactly what she had going on. And it obviously led to something different.
Okay, Sapphire, we may have some viewers who are subscribers on OnlyFans, and we may have a whole bunch who have never seen it and don't really know what really happens on OnlyFans. Give us an idea of what's happening on OnlyFans.
Yeah, so the appeal initially for me for OnlyFans was that it could be anything that you want it to be. For me, I do post explicit content. So a lot of creators will have a subscription and they'll post maybe nude content, or they'll have things behind a paywall where you can pay a little bit more money and get, a full-length video of them. I make videos with my partners. And for me, it's all been very amateur. It's me, sharing very personal things with my subscribers. And yeah, it's essentially just amateur adult content. That's what I share. And that's what I've made a lot of money doing.
And you said with your partner, so Courtney, who went by the name Courtney Taylor, was doing some videos, not all the time, but sometimes with Christian. Is that common, that like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, that together you'll appear on OnlyFans doing what you would normally do in private?
Yes. Yeah, it's very common because a huge moneymaker on the platform is selling those full-length tapes. So if you have a partner, you have the benefit of not having to find someone to collaborate with, so you can make more of that content.
And who keeps the money? Who controls the money in that situation?
Yeah, well, essentially, for me, I always control the money. My partner gets the benefit of, being able to help me out, and it's up to me whether I want to compensate them or not. I mean, everyone's going to work differently, but usually my partners have been willing to help me with my business. It's my name, it's my face. I'm the star. That's how I run my business. People do things differently, but that's what made sense for me.
Marie, how about from your perspective? Are you doing the same type of content?
Yes, so I do full-length adult content as well. I have one male partner, and I am in control of my income fully. I will say that he is also my full-time bookkeeper, which is great. But basically the way that my business works is that he is on a salary. So he gets paid a salary wage, just like my assistants I have. Since I am a larger creator now, I need more help than just another male performer. So I have my male performer on a full-time salary and a few assistants, and that's how it works. I still get the, obviously largest percentage of the income I make, and that's what works out best for my business and for me.
And I hear from both of you, my business, you are in charge. Let me ask you, Marie, you said my boyfriend's on a salary. The case of Courtney and Christian, obviously she was in charge. I don't know how that impacted their relationship, if there was if it created sort of a tension or a jealousy on the behalf of Christian, or if she had more power in the relationship. How has that impacted your personal relationship, since you have this professional collaboration going on, but you're in charge?
So one interesting aspect about OnlyFans is that to the general public and to people who don't understand what it is, quote, degrading to women. But to the ladies like myself who are actually doing it and earning millions of dollars, it's empowering. So I think that where I am is extremely empowered and confident. And that could have potentially been Courtney as well. She could have felt like she was just on top of the world. She could do anything that she wanted to. She didn't need anyone's approval. And, I'm not sure the dynamic of her personal relationship, but when you're the boss, you need to have control and you need to feel like you're in control. So that could have been an issue for her. For my personal life, I feel like I have reached a great work-life balance, which although I'm making adult content, although, my content is very sexy and, it looks really fun to the viewers, there's a lot of business and strategies that go into it. So for me personally, I have just set strict boundaries on what my partner has claimed to versus what I have claimed to and my business has claimed to. And that has helped me a lot. Now, what I think could have happened with Courtney is that she just felt entitled to anything and everything that came her way. And maybe if her partner was being a little greedy in her eyes, that could have been a different dynamic. On top of someone who's already abusive and mentally ill, I couldn't imagine what could happen from that. But as far as how it affects my personal life, it does in every aspect. I mean, this type of business is not only a business that generates a lot of money, but it is my body, it is my privacy, it is my sexuality, it is all of those things. So it's way more sensitive than any business could be. And I think a lot of people do not understand that. A lot of people see any adult performers as soulless or like we don't have morals or we don't have ethics. And that is simply just not the case. So I think for a lot of people, they may never be able to understand this dynamic, but what happened in this case was just purely wrong. I think it could have happened to anyone owning a business when there's a lot of money mixed in with sexuality and both of them performing together. I just think it was honestly a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, the other part, Sapphire, that happened with Courtney, it seems that there were a lot of drug use involved. And that's, I guess, the potential downfall when you're young, living on the high, the high life, and you have access to all this money flowing in. Have you seen that in the industry for OnlyFans creators? Is that common, or is this more of an outlier in what happened with Courtney Clenny?
Yeah, I would definitely say that it is a common struggle amongst creators. Me personally, I've had my struggles, especially in the beginning. Like, I really didn't know just how much I was getting myself into. I thought, I'll put myself out there online, but I didn't really fully realize, I'm going to be making a living. I'm going to have financial freedom. And when you're at such a young age and you don't really, come to realize how to have the willpower to manage your finances, to not go out and, do drugs or alcohol or, whatever is in front of you, anything is available. And so it's so easy to get wrapped up into that lifestyle. I think a lot of creators definitely might be struggling behind the scenes more than it looks like. I mean, it looks glamorous, but there's a lot of parts of the industry that really are not.
Well, I want to
get into your apartment.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay, but you
Time out. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very
What's your name? Courtney?
Yes.
Okay, Courtney.
Why do you have something against me, man? I'm just trying to
Who has nothing against you?
It seems like
We're
you
trying to
don't
talk.
like me.
So you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he can't be here in the property.
That is totally fine.
Okay, so
He's been literally
so then
sleeping in my
what we're gonna do is gonna find him so he can leave the property and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now's your turn.
Are you gonna listen?
Go ahead.
So what do you want?
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Gonzalez. Because, no, I'm serious. Can I do that? Whatever. Okay, but how can I make myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first?
175 Northwest First Avenue. 175 Northwest
Is
First
he already
Avenue.
on the way?
Why do we know? We don't even know who he is. How do we know that?
So your question is,
Have you been drinking today? Have you any medications today, or?
listen,
Like, I don't know what, listen,
who's on the phone with you?
just my dad.
Okay, well, let me
Which I think is reasonable.
let me explain to you something with your dad on the phone so you can hear me. You asked me, how can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those, that's through court. You asked me, I need to get one beforehand. I told you, the only way is for you to get to court. Then you asked me, is he on the way already? And I asked you, I don't even know how he looks like. You understand? It's your questions that are making much of an
I am. Right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but, like, right now, I'm a freaking victim in this situation. I'm scared to go to school to walk my dogs. I just walked in and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
What's his name?
I just...
Where's the gentleman that's gonna take her up to the police?
Christian?
Please, just, like, don't... Let me kick out of my own apartment.
Does he have property in the apartment with you? A lot of property, you said. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right? Yes. Let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay, we cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place.
I feel like I am...
All right. So what do you want to say?
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Ubunzelli.
We don't issue those.
Because, no, I'm serious.
To courts.
Can I do that?
You have to go to court. You have to go to downtown.
How can I make myself first? Because I know him and he would do it.
It's your questions that are making much of an...
I am... Right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but, like, right now, I'm a freaking victim in this situation. I'm scared to go downstairs and walk my dogs. I just walked in and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now, all of a sudden, this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Tobecha Obumseli.
Christian?
Please, just, like, don't get me kicked out of my own apartment.
We just want him getting... We just want him out.
I'm scared of him at this
Take her up to the apartment. Okay. They're gonna take her up to the apartment. We're gonna go in.
Would it be okay if you guys... If one of y'all...
He has belongings here.
Would it be okay if one of y'all talk to my partner?
And again, this is a day before she stabs Christian Obumseli and he dies. Is it self-defense? Is it murder? That's the question.
Well, Vinny, thank you for having me on. But you know, the answer always is, it depends. You know, in the law, it depends. And here we have to really focus on the timeline. Yes, 48 hours prior to, she is asking for a restraining order, but sometimes the law is not so clear. It's not so black and white. There is a gray area here, and the prosecutors, if they're doing their job, really need to focus on the day in question. This day Christian was stabbed. There were no injuries on Courtney's body at the time. And she was 10 feet away. So she says she threw the knife, but the stab wounds are not consistent with the knife being thrown. So when you take that into consideration, it's easy to see that that day, it was clearly Christian was the victim. However, 48 hours prior to, she could have been the victim. And if the defense does a good job, they will show that with that 911 tape that you just showed. And we see it all the time in domestic violence court. I sat as a judge for years there, and we see sometimes, you know, we say giraffes attract giraffes. Sometimes we can have two victims. So like I said, it depends, but they really need to focus on the law here. And emphasizing that this is whether or not she is in reasonable fear of her life at that time. When she was 10 feet away, did she need to use deadly force to meet deadly force?